Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another deck profile. This time around, we're going to go ahead and go over R009's deck, Shine Best Boy. Shine Best Boy was the winner of tournament number 4. Now, a quick little announcement before we move forward. As of tournament number 4, a new series has been created for these tournaments. From now on, these tournaments will be called Big Byte. Now, many of you may already know this, but I just wanted to make something a little bit more official for everyone to know. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move into the deck. Starting off, Digitama, we start off with 4 Cupimon, and that's all the Digitamas for the deck. Moving on to the rookies, we have 4 BT1 Patamon, Labramon running at 4, and Agumon also running at 4. Moving next to the champions, we're going to go ahead and start off with the jammer, Sarmon. This deck runs 4. Next up is Greymon, running at 4. And last for the champions, we have 3 blocker Unimons. Moving to the ultimates, we're going to go ahead and start off with Magna Angemon, running at 4. Then, Mistymon, running at 2. And last, Ryze Greymon, running at 4. Moving on to the megas, we only have 4 Shine Greymon. Options are also very simple, with Glorious Burst running at 3. And last, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Tamers. Starting off with BT1 TK running at 4. Then we have Kari running at 2, and Starter Deck TK running at 4 as well. And that's it for the deck. And with the deck out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the card spread. First off, we have 12 rookies, 11 champions, 10 ultimates, 4 megas, 10 tamers, 3 options, and 4 Digitama. As you can see, there are more tamers in this deck than most other colors, and that has to do with Ryze Greymon and its effect to play tamers for free. But more on him later. You'll also notice 10 ultimates in the deck. This is a fairly high number for any deck, but it actually works out okay because Magna Angemon provides a recovery on play, meaning you don't really have to evolve to him. Playing him from hand is perfectly fine, which also allows 2 Mistymon to be thrown into this deck as well. So typically this is the point in the video where I discuss different strategies you can utilize to push the showcase deck forward to a win. However, this is a Shine Greymon deck, and there's not many different types of strategies you can use. It's pretty straightforward, and the main purpose of the deck is to get Shine Greymon on the board through Digivolution while having Tamers on the board as well, to clear out any threats your opponent may have, and then have the Ryze Greymon source effect give you extra security checks to make him that much more oppressive and put pressure on your opponent. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about key cards. Now, as many of you assume, Shine Greymon is definitely on this list. He is your win con. Digivolving into Shine Greymon can provide DP reduction depending on how many tamers you have on the board. The more tamers you have, the better. It allows you to destroy either wide boards or tall Digimon with large DP. Additionally, having those tamers on board gives Shine Greymon an extra 1000 DP, making him a devastating threat to your opponent's security. Theoretically, you can get his DP to 21,000 DP with this deck. Not very likely, but it's definitely a possibility. After talking about Shine, of course, we have to talk about Ryze. Ryze Greymon is an important card to this deck, and actually may be more important than Shine Greymon, because without Ryze Greymon, you would not be able to play Tamers for free, thus making Shine Greymon much less viable and would probably reduce the amount of Tamers in this deck. Also, Ryze Greymon provides an extra security check as an inheritable effect if there are 3 Tamers or more on your side of the board. This really helps push Shine Greymon over the edge. Without Ryze, Shine would just not be as good. And last for the key cards are the Tamers. Both TKs and Kari provide a lot of utility for the deck, and if you can play them for free, it's even better. Kari will provide an extra memory in the late game, while Booster TK will provide a minimum of 3 memory on the start of your turn, allowing for a lot of combo opportunities with Shine Greymon. Starter Deck TK will provide an extra 2000 DP to security to beef them up and destroy oncoming attackers. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about some synergies. Of course, most of the synergies revolve around Shine Greymon, as this is a Shine Greymon deck. First off, let's go ahead and talk about Labramon. If Labramon is in the source, he can provide extra draws on destruction from DP reduction. Since Shine Greymon's effect procs multiple times, you can get multiple draws out of this, allowing you to cycle through your deck faster and really get those cards that you may need, such as Glorious Burst or setting up for another Shine Greymon. Up next is Mistymon. Mistymon works great with Shine Greymon, not to evolve into, but to play alongside. If you have 4 memory or more, you can evolve into Shine Greymon, get your effect off, and if you have any remaining DP that you need to get rid of, play Mistymon to cover it. This will not only destroy your opponent's Digimon, but will get another body that's that much closer to another Shine Greymon. Ryze Greymon provides a lot of synergy with Shine Greymon as well, as previously stated, giving it the extra security check as well as extra DP for the turn depending on how many Tamers you have on the board. Getting those yellow Tamers on the board will also give Shine Greymon an extra 4000 DP reduction per yellow Tamer available on Digivolution. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about Ryze Greymon. Now, while these cards may have good synergy with Ryze Greymon, ultimately they serve purpose to help Shine Greymon as well. First off, let's go ahead and talk about Agumon. Agumon, if you have 3 Tamers on board that are yellow, then you'll be able to draw 1 extra card when attacking. This is actually pretty easy to achieve since Ryze Greymon does have his When Digivolving effect that allows you to play 1 yellow Tamer from your hand onto the board for free. Next up is GeoGreymon. GeoGreymon is pretty much the same inheritable effect, except instead of drawing 1 card from your deck, you will be reducing 1 Digimon's DP by 2000. Ryze Greymon's effect to get yellow Tamers out quickly makes it a great choice to put into the deck. Now, I mentioned the yellow Tamers are great for Shine Greymon as it lets him proc his effect. However, these yellow Tamers effects are still great even without Shine Greymon, and Ryze Greymon letting them come out for free is even better. BT1 TK will allow you to get 3 memory early on in the game without having to pay its large 4 cost, as well as getting Kari out for free is great because during the late game you'll be getting extra memory if your opponent drops you down to 3 or less memory. And lastly, Starter Deck TK is a great defensive choice as it beefs up your security by 2000 DP, making it harder for your opponent's Digimon to survive security checks. And the last card that goes great with Ryze Greymon is Glorious Burst. Glorious Burst is a 9-cost card that reduces 1 Digimon's DP by 12,000, and the cost is reduced by 1 for each yellow Tamer that you have. Now, while there is no direct correlation between these 2 cards working together, there is an indirect one. Ryze Greymon, again, plays yellow Tamers for free, which ends up affecting the cost of Glorious Burst. The more Ryze Greymons that you can get out and get Tamers out as well, the better Glorious Burst becomes. And an honorable mention is Sarmon. Sarmon has 4000 DP, 4 costs to play from hand, and 2 costs for evolution. This card with jamming proved quite useful for R9 in the finals, as it was able to clear out quite a few security cards while remaining on the board. Jamming is actually pretty useful for yellow, as yellow tends to have Digimon with low DP. The jamming effect guarantees that Sarmon won't die to another Digimon in security, thus making the opponent have to decide whether or not to take out a Sarmon or go for security checks of their own. And that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Here are the results for day 2 of Big Byte Tournament number 4. This tournament was split into 2 days due to the amount of people playing. We did have 39 participants, with day 1 being a Swiss tournament and day 2 being a single elimination tournament of the top 8 players from day 1. Here you can see R9's journey through day 2 of the tournament and see how he made it to gold. And if you're interested in seeing the 39 decks that competed in this tournament, feel free to join my Discord, which will be in the description below. Also, if you're interested in watching more Digimon card game content, consider following me on Twitch, where I stream the tournaments as well as just have some days that I just practice with some friends and we have some fun. That link will also be in the description below. And lastly, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to subscribe to the video and leave a like. I'll see you in the next one.